What's up, guys? The Lazy Goldmaker here. Today we're going to talk about Hardcore Classic WoW, where the official servers have been announced. This is a game mode that has had a significant amount of or a decent chunk of the Classic community going back, playing on the official Classic era servers and using an add-on to track whether or not the character has died. Obviously, you're just playing the game, but if you die, then that character is done. Now, since they were playing on the official actual Classic era servers, the add-on disallowed trading, so there wasn't any sort of player-to-player gold making. But now that we're getting hardcore specific realms where every character is hardcore, like actually gets deleted when you die, or at least you won't be able to access it anymore, Blizzard has confirmed that they will be doing trading. They will be allowing trading. Now, some people are mad about this. I don't personally see why. Because every hardcore game, typically the ARPG genre, Diablo 4, Path of Exiles, all of that jazz, in these games, you keep your stash when you die. Your character's dead, but anything you'd transfer to your stash, any currency, any items you have, you keep those. So this is generally the case with hardcore games. Like every subsequent character will get a little bit easier, because you will have unlocked stuff that's not character specific. So allowing trading just feeds into that. You'll be able to probably send off your gold and keep that on a level whatever character that you've run into, Stormwind or Orgrimmar, and you'll be able to play like that. Yeah, I don't understand why they're mad, but obviously this leads into the next part: making gold in Classic. Now, I thought this was a little bit funny, because when I looked at the WoW comments, someone was saying that there's not going to be a Goblin or Auction House player economy in the hardcore realms. And I mean, I saw the same comments before WoW Classic launched, and I have to say, they made me laugh back then. As long as players are playing, World of Warcraft is a game where buying stuff from other players, consumables, gear you can't craft, materials you can't farm yourself, all of that stuff is going to be useful to you. It's going to help you stay alive. It's going to make your character stronger. People are going to trade with other players in WoW. They always will. It's a way to make your character stronger. So gold will be valuable. Obviously, this is also going to mean that probably the bots on the RM tiers are going to come to Classic hardcore realms. Sorry to say for anyone who thought that they will be bot free, that's absolutely not going to be the case. In fact, due to the hardcore and you completely dying, I think that there's going to be pretty strong demand for RMG, because gold is actually a lot more valuable to keep your character alive as long as you can trade it, which makes me kind of understand why people might be against trading, because it's going to lead to an actual RMT economy probably as well. Now, what's interesting to talk about is how you make gold. Well, you're going to make gold the exact same way you made gold in Classic. Crafting consumables, crafting gear, farming, if you like farming. I don't like farming. I would never do that. There's so many good items. Like, obviously, engineering, the absolute top dog Classic profession. It's so good. I expect most people will have this on their character. The consumables you get access to, just absolutely fantastic. But this means that having your own crafters without engineering, would say leatherworking, so you can craft gear. With alchemy, so you can craft consumables. That's going to be great. You're going to be able to sell people. I mean, people are going to buy stuff all across the leveling field. Level 1s, level 20s. They're going to need gear. They're going to want gear, so they can stay alive. So they increase their odds of staying alive. And obviously there's no point really saving, except for the mounts, of course, once they get there, but I mean, you need to get there first. So every profession is going to be great, for the same reason why they were good in Classic. Obviously my favorite, alchemy, engineering, probably two of the top ones. Engineering, I found, even though most players in Classic had engineering on their main, I still sold an absolute ton of engineering consumables. They're really time consuming to craft. Maybe you don't have the recipe. I think there's going to be a lot of gold in those consumables, and obviously lower level gear, lower level consumables like low tier health pots, all that jazz. People are going to want that because it's extremely useful for staying alive, for getting through the areas, getting your gold. Yeah, just now overall, I would not be super surprised if we end up with an economy where there's less gold. Obviously, people are going to die and they're going to have gold on them, and that gold is going to be taken out of the economy. So there's going to be less gold flying around, at least early on. But always in every MMO, every type of game like this, the amount of gold that's available is steadily increasing, because just going out playing the game, like if I go out and kill this mob right here, I'm going to get some items from it. I'm going to get some gray items. And they're going to have a value. And now I've increased the amount of gold in the game by, or the amount of gold in the game by however many copper I loot from this guy. So obviously I just looted a ruined pelt that's like a couple of copper. But now there's a couple of copper more in the economy. That's going to stay there until I die or buy something from someone else. So the amount of gold is just always increasing, which means that eventually there's going to be enough gold in the economy to sustain high-end gameplay. I mean, people are clearing raids on hardcore characters right now. That's definitely going to happen. And once they do get to max level, then they are going to have hundreds of gold available. If they're doing some kind of farming, probably you can do safe farms that generates 30, 40, even raw gold per hour in Classic. Obviously, you can get higher than that as well. And they're going to be buying. They're going to be using that gold to buy max level consumables to clear raids, or they're going to be using it to gear up their ult that they're going to level, because obviously they need to level another character for when their main inevitably dies. So yeah, I absolutely think there's going to be a flourishing economy with hardcore servers. I think that it's going to be a very interesting economy, because there's going to be a much wider variety of items that's going to be useful even like months into the game, because I mean in Classic, once you're a couple of months into the game, like low level consumables are practically worthless. Nobody cares. There's no real reason to use those in a softcore environment, but in a hardcore environment where every moment can be your last, then buffing your character to the guilds whenever you can is actually valuable. So yeah, that's it. I think Classic Hardcore is going to be a very interesting opportunity to make some gold. If you're interested in that, I think it's going to be maybe a fun game mode overall. I've not tried the hardcore playstyle at all. My time is limited. Maybe I'll check it out. Definitely want to check out the auction house and see what's going on there. But yeah, we'll see when it comes out. Thanks for watching.